on, you guys? My name is Rage and I am back today with another video for you all. In today's video, you guys, I want to show you my play and walkthrough of how I was able to unlock the ability enhancements tier 11 award here, just to be able to generate more additional ability materials for you guys when leveling up. So my total roster power is 237k, so let's walk through who I'm going to be utilizing for this node unlock for you. First and foremost, you guys, I cannot say enough good things about Loki. I have him at 43k here, tier 11. No T4s on his abilities, but he's going to be brought into the mix just because of his utilization both of offense and defense. His special ability applies a very strong attack as well as defense down. In addition, his mirror image ultimate ability just allows us some protection while also creating some clones just to mitigate that damage. Next, you guys, we are going to combine Loki with the one and only Hela here at 60k. I do have her at tier 13 as a result of finishing Dark Dimension 2. As you can see here, I do have T4s on both her ultimate as well as her passive ability. She's going to be utilized mainly for spreading damage in negative conditions and really coordinating with Loki. Just a great synergy right there. Moving on, you guys, for sustainability and protection, the one and only Invisible Woman here. I have her at 56k. Tier 13 as well, as I also utilized her in Dark Dimension 2. And as you guys can see here, I do have her both the special and as well as the ultimate as T4s. So definitely recommend, if you guys can boost her up for this, I definitely highly recommend it, just because these tier 11s in the challenge unlocks, the enemies do hit quite hard. So unfortunately for this challenge, no, we are not able to use Minerva, as she's not in the requirement list. However, I am going to be utilizing Mortal here, just because Mortal has a really good abilities here in terms of being able to stun, apply a I believe it's a yeah, 1 to 2 negative conditions random by chance, and as well as a heal block in case we need to utilize that against the enemy. So Mortal is just good for supporting. I have him at 40k here, you guys, at tier 10, and as you can see, no T4s on his abilities. And the last but not least, you guys, the plug that's basically also supporting our roster with the synergy. You know, this one's gonna be whatever you guys have that's tankier, or someone that's just that's able to work in the challenge for you guys. So for me, I use Taskmaster, but you know, there's a bunch of characters that you can utilize, like Thanos. I believe Magneto you can also utilize as well. But for this one, guys, I do really recommend Taskmaster, just because of the fact that he does have a stun. He's also able to strip positives, and as well, you guys, he is able to apply a blind and a bleed at the beginning, and his speed too. So as you can see here, I do have him at only 36k, tier 11. Don't have him as high as I want to, but you know, fortunately I was able to use this power at 36k to be able to unlock the node. So don't need him too high, but it's going to be mainly strategy, a little bit of RNG, but overall just this strategy in terms of attacking and synergizing your team. So with that being said, you guys, that is my 5-man roster, so let's dive right in. So as you guys can see here, I do have them at 237k total power, and this is the positioning I have, just because Invisible Woman's to the right there kind of mitigates damage away from the rest of the crowd. I put Mortal and Taskmaster in the back just because of the fact that they are squishier, as well as my Loki and Hela are in the front. Just because they're all relatively squishy, I don't think the order really matters too much, with the exception of Invisible Woman being away from everyone else. So let's dive right in, you guys. Let's see how we do in this run. With these tier 11 unlocks for the challenge, you guys, I gotta stress this. The enemies do quite a bit of damage. The overall strategy and synergy of your team is quite important for these, just because if you have brute power, it's much better, but because I'm just trying to mitigate resource uses, it's very important to understand the strategy, and sometimes luck doesn't go your way. So let's go ahead and use the special here for Loki. Just apply his conditions, defense downs on Drax. This is going to be very similar to my previous video on the training day, where we apply all the conditions to Drax, and then as well we can just spread that through everyone. So I'm going to apply the heal blocks here as well. Only issue here, you guys, is that, you know, next I'm going to use Hela's ultimate here just to spread the conditions. Well, unlike the last video I made, these guys do have cleansing ability. So as you can see here, we're up against a Scientist Supreme as well as a Jessica Jones, and it is really important to take those two down as soon as possible. So for instance, now that I've taken Drax down, you guys, I am going to focus on Scientist Supreme. And as you can see, Scientist Supreme actually did revive Drax with her passive. So that's why it's a really big issue here in terms of being able to attack them on time. So we're going to go ahead and apply our special for Invisible Woman to defense up our team. But as you guys can see, we are up against a nasty wave of characters right now. So this is actually this is an excellent example where the likelihood of us winning is not going to look good. So I'm gonna get out of there just because of the revive of Drax, and Scientist Supreme only usually heals 25% of the time. So that's a great example of one that you should not be going into. So let's try that again. Similar situation, guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna attack Drax first, spread all those conditions, and hopefully when he dies, Scientist Supreme does not actually revive him, because of the fact that that just creates an extra tank that we have to get through to kill the targets that we need to. So let's again, that's why I mean, like, not every node's gonna run the same, but let's see how this one goes. As you guys can see here, this is applying actually more conditions than the last round that we had, so this is looking good for us. We're gonna go ahead and spread it again with Hela, and it did actually take him out. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and use Taskmaster here to blind just blind these guys here, just to apply that blind and bleed. But as you can see right away, Jessica Jones clears all the conditions. So you guys, same strategy as I mentioned before in my earlier segment of it. We're gonna go ahead, we need to take out Scientist Supreme as fast as possible, just because of the fact that she can revive, and we just don't know when that can happen. So we're gonna go ahead and finish her. I am gonna put the disruption on Rampage in case he decides to taunt there. And as you guys can see, now 8 out of 10 enemies left. That's when both War Machine and Falcon does spawn. So we're gonna finish off Graviton here, you guys. So the next high damage targets we gotta take out is War Machine, in my opinion, just because of the fact that he does have a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and do that here. I will stun him there. And as well, I'm gonna go ahead and use Mortal just to cast some conditions, really make sure that these guys can't heal themselves, replenish their abilities. And we'll go ahead and keep attacking War Machine just because of his damage. With that Hela's passive, it did actually finish off Rampage. So now it looks like we're facing Doctor Strange. But I'm still going to go ahead and take out War Machine. And then the next target will likely be Doctor Strange. And I think the most difficult part about this node is as well, Deadpool can also have regenerative abilities from the negative conditions. So it's something to be mindful of. We want to keep using Mortal to blind when we can. Same with Taskmaster. And as well, the moment Invisible Woman has any of her regenerative abilities up, we got to make sure we're using that. So that Fortunate, boom. Okay, there we go. Now that Doctor Strange is gone, Carnage is the last character out of the 4. So this is looking pretty good for us, you guys. This is looking like a good one. Finish off Jessica Jones there. Out of these 3, it would have to be a close one between Falcon and Carnage, just because Deadpool is someone you want to take out at the very end. So you know what, just because Carnage does have a speed bonus, I'm going to go ahead and attack him first. He can get extra attacks whenever our team is going lower and lower, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But additionally, I am also going to make sure I'm applying a blind, ensuring that we can keep casting these conditions on these guys, give us an advantage that we can. Perfect. And that was very, very great timing with my Invisible Woman special. You know, her defense up and invisibility is really crucial for us, you guys. So, oh wow, and the Falcon is squishier, so I'm just gonna finish him off there. And last but not least, now it's Carnage, and then I will focus Deadpool. So this is looking like a really good run, you guys. So I'm glad I was able to capture this one for you guys, just because you can see how vastly different the last battle was compared to this one. So the luck is definitely gonna have a really impact. So you know what, we might even be able to 3-star this. The most I ever got on it was 2 stars, but now that it's us 5 against Deadpool, that right there, you guys, was essentially a perfect run. So there you guys have it. I'm glad I was able to capture that. So that's a 3-star unlock right there, using that 237k roster. But as you guys can see, that's the general strategy overall. I hope that I was able to give you guys insight. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the auto win here just to get that out of the way. As always, you guys, I hope this video was able to provide you some insight. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Take care.